Hey there, I'm Bernice Abubedulansa, and this is the AM show. Thank you so much for staying in here. It's now time to talk about Water Aid Ghana. I'm sure you've heard about the organization, but it has re-strategized for the 2023 to 2028 period. Now, this new strategy will define the program outcomes and expected, contributions towards the achievement of water, sanitation, and hygiene. That's the WASH sector vision and target. And to explain further the new program, George York, Head of Policy, Advocacy and Campaigns, Water Aid Ghana, is with me. Good morning to you. He's on my immediate left. And Engineer Samson Tete, he's Acting Head of Programs at Water Aid Ghana. You're also most welcome onto the AM show. Let me start with you, Mr. York. We've heard Water Aid Ghana. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will attest to the fact that when it comes to the WASH sector, Water Aid is one of the key organizations that helps in achieving it. But what is Water Aid about, and what do you do?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Water Aid is a non-for-profit, non-governmental, international development organization with the focus of actually supporting the promotion of safe water, improved sanitation, hygiene for everyone, everywhere, within a generation. So we actually work towards the achievement of the SDG. That is by 2030, we're expecting that everybody in the whole world will have access to safe water, clean water, improved sanitation and hygiene. So that is what we stand for. And all our interventions are geared towards supporting that vision of the organization. But in Ghana, we've been here for over 35 years. I think we started working in 1985, up to date. So what have really been, and when you talk of WASH, we are one of the key stakeholders within the WASH sector in Ghana.
So, Mr. Tete, you have developed a new strategy, a new program which was launched a few weeks back. It was carried live here on the Joy News channel. But tell us how that strategy was developed and why it was developed.
Thank you very much. It was a very consultative process that we went through. We didn't want a strategy that is Water Aid strategy. We are a sector player, and so we wanted a strategy that is developed with the sector and then also with the users. So what I mean is that all sector players were invited to be part, right from the situational analysis, what is prevailing currently in the WASH sector, and also the geographical focus areas we wanted to work in. So then the MMDAs, for instance, Bongo District is one of our geographical focus areas. We're all consulted. Key sector players were consulted. And so this is how the strategy was developed, so that we can have the idea and the expertise of all those who are in the sector to contribute to a strategy that will promote WASH within the sector.
But why was there a need to develop a new strategy? What was wrong with the old one?
Yeah, the old one actually ended in 2021. And as a organization, we need to develop a new one. So this is actually our 7th strategy that we've developed. And we also evaluated the old strategy, and there were issues that came out that really informed the new strategy. And as Samson rightly said, we went through a very consultative process to ensure that all key partners and even the private sector actually contributed to the development of the strategy. Because without the strategy, we can't develop, we can't actually, there will be nothing to guide us in operating for the next 5 years. So that is why we developed the strategy for the next 5 years.
So tell us the ambition for the next 5 years. What are the focus areas? What are the key targets?
Actually, the ambition is ambitious because we are looking at reaching 5 million people within the next 5 years. And that one,
so $1 million a year.
Yeah, and that one we are going to do 1 million directly but the 4 million, we are going to work with other sector players to get there. So indirectly, we are going to reach 4 million, and directly, we are going to reach 1 million. And it's also based on what we were able to do for the last 5 years, because we were able to achieve 3.7 million target for the last strategic period. So we thought with the needed support and the environment that we are in now, we'll be able to even exceed that within the next
what do you
5 years.
mean? What do you mean when you say we want to reach 5 million? What does that reach entail or include?
Yeah, as I rightly indicated, our vision is to ensure that everyone everywhere will have access to safe and water, improve sanitation, hygiene by 2030. So that is what we are working towards. And as a sector, we actually want to do that in collaboration with key sector players, government, the civil society organizations, the private sector, the community themselves, so that we can really achieve that. So that is what we do.
So if I get you, reaching means, for example, helping these communities access to clean potable water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sanitation, hygiene services.
So like good
having
toilet facilities.
decent toilets,
Right.
and ensuring that they practice hygiene at the right time is what we stand for. We are looking at.
Right. So I mean, because I just want to really understand.
Yeah.
So this also means that you are going to provide what, boreholes?
Yeah, we've actually moved from borehole provision.
Okay.
For the last period, we try to ensure that we provide limited mechanized solar systems, water systems for communities.
Great.
And we are going to improve that so that because of the reach, if you want to go by borehole production, it takes us more than that period to reach the 4 million that we are targeting. So we are looking at using technology innovation to reach as many people as possible within their period.
So, Mr. Tete, what other approaches is WaterAid hoping to use to ensure that you're able to implement this 5-year strategy?
Okay, so we have service delivery strategy approach. We also have gender mainstreaming approach. We do have strong partnership building as an approach. We also have a partnership with the private sector as an approach. So there are quite a number of approaches, and probably to delve a little bit into some of these approaches. York earlier on was talking about the use of technology, harnessing solar energy, especially when you look at our geographical focus areas in the Upper East and Upper West area. You have the sun in abundance. Why don't we harness that to improve, the lot of the people there? So we are moving towards safely managed wash, not just a limited or basic wash.
Okay.
And then sustainability is also inbuilt into what we are doing. So that's why we are using solar mechanized system, making sure that, and then also we combine that with reinforced concrete structures to make sure that during the day you have the power to lift up water into an overhead tank storage, and so 24 hours a day you have access to potable water which is flowing, and that speaks to the service delivery model. Now, gender mainstreaming, we all understand that women and children bear the burden of collecting water. And so all technologies and all designs must be appropriate to help these people to deal with that burden. And that is why we are doing the limited mechanized system. So instead of they walking a long distance to access water, why don't we rather use technology and bring the water closer to their doorsteps so that they will save time and they will have that time to do economic activities. Children will be able to go to school, yes, and all that. So these are the key things we are considering. Then we also understand that we will not be able to deliver this just by us. That is why the strong partnership and collaboration is important. We also need the private sector to come into WASH in helping us to do the mobilization of resources so that the issue of inadequate budgeting can be dealt with. And then also we will have more professionalism when it comes to the wash sector, so that we have service providers who are managing these services well, and then that will engender sustainability. We don't want those old times you provide a system, you come back 2 years later it's broken down. Yes. So all this is built into our approaches that we are looking at.
So how does one partner you if they are interested, or if they want to learn about how they can contribute or partner with WaterAid to ensure that you're able to reach the 5 million people you hope to in 5 years?
Wonderful. So, I mean, I'm sure pretty soon we'll be going to the various, we have about 3 main aims, we'll be speaking to that. So when we dive into the various aims, then you see where appropriately one will be able to partner with us in that area, so that we can help in delivering.
Okay, and these are the the added values you're talking about?
No, when we talk about, globally we have 4 aims.
Okay.
But as a country, we decided to really focus on 3 of the aims for the next 5 years. And one is to ensure universal access of wash in a focused geographic area. And this one, we are looking at Bongo as our focus. And when we are able to do that and ensure that Bongo has a universal coverage, everybody in Bongo having access to wash, then we can use that document and use that one to influence the sector player, the government, to replicate it in other areas. So that is one. We are also looking at how we can support government to prioritize wash in health sector. And wash, we are talking about wash, we are looking at water, sanitation, and hygiene in health sector to help improve public health, because they cannot talk of public health without wash. So that is another aim that we are focusing on. The third one is also to strengthen our wash in resilience in climate change, because without that, we'll build systems now, a year or two you go back and that system is not working because they are not climate resilient. So it's something that we are considering. So we are, for the next 5 years, these are the 3 aims that we are focusing on. Globally, there's a 4th aim, that is a financing model. But we are not focused on the financing model as a country. But in all the 3 aims, we are going to look for funding to help us to implement, to deliver those aims. So funding is built into all the aims that we are going to focus on.
And that's why I'm asking,
within the next 5 years.
How do people reach you or contact you if they are interested in supporting the partner?
We already have a lot of partners, and as something rightly said, in the development of this process, of the strategy, we actually consulted a lot of partners.
Okay.
In the project launch, they were there. The strategic line, they were there. Government is a key partner. Private sector, Zoom Lion, because they are also into that. We have the district, we have the municipal assembly. They are all part of the partners. The community is also a major partner. And our profile is all over. So anybody willing to partner with us can even go online, just have more information about our location. We are based in East Legon, Kinshasa Avenue. You come, you send your proposal, we'll have dialogue and see what we can do together. Because there's no way a single organization can really help us to achieve universal coverage of wash. No way. So the partnership, strategic partnership with government, with other key stakeholders is a key approach looking at the next 5 years. And we also look at private sector investment. It's critical because there's no way we can do it alone. We are looking at innovation, we are looking at technology. We have to bring private sector on board to help us achieve that. So that is the way to go, and that is what the new strategy is directing us to really focus on.
All right, and before I let you go, Mr. Tesi, do you mind sharing with us what your added values are?
Wonderful. So we're looking at key shifts here. Strong partnership is one of the key things we are bringing on board. And this is, like George has explained, it's key to we achieving our goal. Now, there is also poor coordination in the sector. So one of the added values is strong coordination within the sector. We want to bring all partners and all players on board so that together we can achieve more. We don't want to sit in silos. It has not helped our cause over the years. There's the need for us to build synergy so that we can move forward. The other added value is the bringing in the private sector, as we are talking about, so that we can improve business and create that enabling environment so that the private sector can also do well and thrive within the wash sector, so that we can see good growth as far as access to wash is concerned.
Thank you so much, Samson Tete and George York. And before we let you go, though, any parting words you'd like to leave our viewers?
Yeah, what I just want to say is that the wash challenges are so much that no single organization can really help us achieve that. And for us as a country to achieve the other SDGs like health, education, poverty, there's no way we can do that without addressing the challenge of wash. So wash is the building block, is the foundation for us to achieve other SDGs. So we should prioritize it as a country. We should invest more into it and also enter into that sort of strong partnership. And we strongly believe that when that is done, we'll be able to achieve our SDGs by 2030.
Thank you so much, Mr. York. George York is Head of Policy Advocacy and Campaigns at WaterAid Ghana. And earlier you heard Engineer Samson Tete. He's Acting Head of Programs at WaterAid Ghana. And they've just been sharing with us what their strategy for the next 5 years is and why you should take WASH seriously.